we are, Dead Spot Podcast, episode 12. We're here with my guys. Got Cousin Kerr in the building. Got Kel as a return guest. We back, episode 12. We're going to be giving a few of their recaps, but since it's already Sunday and the game's been already played, we're going to be talking about a little bit about some morning games. We also going to touch on the Cowboys and Bucks. But if anybody want to come on as well, they can also come on and get their opinions. But first, let's turn it over to Cousin Kerr to talk Bucks Cowboys. What you think about that?
Man, honestly, it kind of went how I saw it going. I'm pretty high on Dallas this year.
Okay.
If Dak makes it the whole season, they might have a top 3 offense.
Okay.
They just got too many weapons to fail, honestly. Okay. And the offensive line, it played all right. I saw something on Pro Football Focus said Tyron Smith, with him back, it's different.
Right.
He gave up 0 pressures the whole game. You know, you got Zach Martin coming in back. It looks too good to be true almost. With like you got CD, you got Gallup, you got Coop. Coop went for 140, 13 catches.
Yeah.
So it went how I thought it would. The defense played a lot better than I thought they would too. But I mean, I think they drafted every pick this year was on defense.
They had to.
They had to. So and they showed up. You know, Trayvon Diggs in the second year now, kind of getting his feet under him a little bit. You know, they showed out. You know, with the Bucks is the Bucks, so I knew they were going to win.
So, do you have any questions about Zeke? If you high on Cowboys, do you have any questions on him this year? He didn't have a good game, but I give it to you. It was a really good run defense.
Right.
So I wasn't expecting him to have a good game, but just moving forward,
I think Zeke's going to go as far as the offensive line goes. You know,
okay.
Having Zach Martin out was huge was a big blow for them. And I think that what I've seen online from this guy, a football film analyst, something like that, Zach threw it like 58 times.
58,
like
yeah.
Zeke ran it like 9 times.
11.
So 11, right? So I would look for more balance in the offense, but from what I saw, it was a lot of RPOs, so it was a lot of like just run pass options.
Right, for sure.
So Dak's reading it. If they're saying, hey, pass it, then you know they got to play Zeke down. So I think if they balance it out a little bit more, he gets his touches, they'll be all right.
Yeah, I just want to see what you thought, because I mean they got probably the fastest, or if not one of the fastest linebackers in the league in Devin White. So right. It's not really a lot. Like they keep showing that play on Twitter where he got the sweep and it was like 10 yards away. There was no room there.
No.
People could act, and this receiver missed the block, so they could act like that Zeke fault. That was. I just wanted to hear what you had to say about that.
Not at all. Yeah, you got that's a tough defense, man. Levante David and Devin White, that's 2 of the best linebackers in the league.
Vicious, yeah.
The D line's crazy. Vita Vance doesn't get enough love. JPP.
Man, that was a grown man that he just literally walked him down to the quarterback. That's crazy.
You got Maui from Moana playing like nose tackle out there.
They vicious.
Bro, they returned all their starters, so
yeah. When you do that, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
So then, Kel, what you got?
Man, Tom Brady in the bit. I wasn't expecting Tom to sling it like that, man. Tom was doing this thing. Tom looked like Tom back in his early 30s, 20s, man.
Right.
He looked scary, for real.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
I mean, him, you know, Gronk looked nasty.
AB.
Oh, man.
AB looked vicious.
Yeah, he looked like he was back.
AB was like prime AB, so it can get ugly, you know. Mike Evans wasn't too involved, but you know, you still got him, Godwin, you know, so Tampa really looked like the heavy favorites, especially after that first game. They came out with a bang. That's what I mean.
So the Tampa but they still had a good game, so it's like, I feel like they could be beat, but I do feel like they are one of the best teams. But like the Cowboys hanging with them gives me hope for like the Niners or the Packers or teams like that can put up as well.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's like it seems like they run defense is crazy, but they pass defense, I don't know.
That secondary is still young back there, so
yeah,
it's definitely like I get what you're saying. Like I feel like a team like Green Bay airs it out, a team like us who pounds the ball and airs it out as well. So we'll work on this offense. They definitely beat for sure.
Okay, so moving into today, so the Niners played this morning. We just won, but like I don't know what happened. On my way over here, the Lions just started coming back. We only won by 8 when we was up like almost 25-30. So like for me, just based on what I seen today, I was a little worried about our defense. Our run defense wasn't looking good in the first half at all. I think they had like 86 yards midway through the second quarter between the 2 backs, and them is not elite running backs. They pretty good, but they not elite. So it's like I was worried about that. Jared Goff, the pick that he threw, he literally threw it right to our linebacker, the pick 6. So like that's not something to really get too excited about. Like I think our defense will be good, but I don't think we showed it at all in week 1 compared to the Lions. Like, you know, I don't know.
You gotta
give it to me.
Also, you gotta also know too. Kinlaw was in there today. I noticed Kinlaw was in there. So a lot of people was kind of forgetting Kinlaw was in there, but you're right though. Our defense got to pick it up. So we can't just depend on one player to be there. As you know, the last couple of years, we had a lot of guys come in and out of injuries. So you just got to be next man up. You got to be ready to play. Defense.
Mosley was also hurt.
Mosley got hurt.
Mosley was hurt too.
Jason Barrett got hurt.
Yeah, see, Jason Barrett, Mosley, like, next man up mentality for us. It's been like that for the last couple of years. So if we want to make that run this year, we got to be ready to play.
So based on you being a Raider fan, Kurt, give it to us. What you think?
I was on Red Zone. I was really watching y'all game too specifically. But what happened was...
He was watching.
See, the secondary has always kind of been the Achilles heel, right?
Right.
And Jason Barrett is great when he's available, but he's rarely available.
Right.
So, Jimmy Ward back there, we'll see how that happens, like, or what that kind of goes, and like that kind of. It's a lot of young guys back there that got to prove it. Momentum kind of carries a lot in the NFL. You're up 28 points. Next thing you know,
right,
you have 7, and they're going for 2, right? And they're driving on the field, get the outside kick, blah blah blah. They're home.
Yeah.
Coach's first game, trying to make a statement.
Quarterback first game.
You know what I mean? So it was. I think it was just momentum getting behind. Like I don't think they ever were worried about it, but they handled business, man. 41 points is 41 points.
Right.
And that's with the pick 6, so 34 points for the offense. Debo looked nice.
Ayuk was a no-show, and no-show, we still put up 40. So that's a good sign.
You know what I mean? I think Mostert's one of the underappreciated backs in the league.
For sure.
I don't see why he doesn't get more touches, but with him going down, I'm big on Trey Sermon. Trey's my guy. It fits perfectly. He's almost like Mostert, except a little bit smaller.
And he didn't even play today.
So he didn't play today.
So I got nothing but optimism for what the Niners season looking like.
Thank
Honestly.
you. You like a margarita? Would you like a Cooking with Classy margarita?
Oh, please.
Yes, sir. Mom Dukes with the appearance. Bring it by Cooking with Classy. Wave to the camera.
There you go.
Thank you, Mama.
Oh, yeah.
Check out Cooking with Classy. We got cookbooks. Follow her on Instagram. But as we continue, so yeah, like I said, the Niners gonna be looking good, but it was a little rocky. It was a little shaky. I don't know the way he using Trey Lance. Like he threw the touchdown, but I don't know. I don't really like this Lamar Jackson style way he using him, where he bring him in for these runs and like that. He's not Lamar.
Taysom Hill type stuff.
Yeah, he gonna get hurt doing that. Like that's not.
Yeah. He's
a thrower who can run some. He's not a runner.
Right.
So like I don't really know about that. That had me a little shaken up. Like I don't know, but
yeah, I see what you're saying, man. It's I think Trey, he's got to get the reps, right? Especially against the ones on defense.
Right, for sure.
So he's trying to just sprinkle him in this red shirt kind of year. With,
got a comment?
While still giving them some reps. So I think I see what you're saying in terms of like it's not going to end that well. If you're Jimmy G, you got to get into the rhythm and everything like that.
Right.
You got to try and get straight reps, especially take advantage of his athleticism at the quarterback position. If you got Jimmy G in the red zone, you kind of playing 10 on 11. With Trey, you playing 11 on 11.
For sure.
You got to account for everybody. So
right.
I see exactly what you're saying, but it's kind of why they drafted him too. You got to see what works, what doesn't work.
Yeah. And I'm not saying he don't run. I'm just saying don't bring him out for just the design run. Like give him an option to throw the ball, and if it ain't nothing there, do what you've been doing. He had a lot of touchdowns running when he was in college. That's cool. But like the whole hike it, we quarterback sneak it, like that's not gonna work for me. I don't think so. Or it's not gonna be good for us moving forward. Because what is he really practicing? Like I don't know.
It became predictable after a couple plays. Like my little brother was watching it, and we were like, oh yeah, this is a run. And the whole defense, hell, everybody in Detroit knew it was a run. So
you got to be special like Lamar to be able to just come in and do design run. That's even Taysom Hill. That's why they even start letting him throw a little bit, because it start getting too predictable. Like you can't do that. So I don't know. But if we moving off the Niners, another thing I'd like to ask is, so watching the morning game, you said you was on Red Zone. Who was the best team that came out that like surprised you? Who was the surprise team for the day, or team that came out and was like, wow, like what they put on tape?
I was the Cardinals for sure. The Cardinals came out and handled business.
Yeah.
38-13 against the Titans too. The Titans came out, they were kind of heralded as this like on paper.
Yeah.
How can you stop you?
They nice.
That offensive coordinator's not nice though. That offensive coordinator is not nice at all. Derrick Henry, I think, had like 9 yards or something like that.
Yeah, no.
He was killing my fantasy team.
Yeah, me too.
So
we can't do that.
The Cardinals came out and handled business. J.J. Watt looked like something like a little
Yeah.
JJ. And Chandler Jones with what, 5 sacks?
That's retarded.
3 in
That's
the
crazy.
first quarter?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Against the Titans, this is no like scrub offensive line either. So seeing the defensive performance alone, separating that from the offense, where Kyler went stupid. 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns, like a rushing touchdown as well. They're like 4 deep at receiver. That's a scary team.
And the thing is, I wasn't that big on Kyler, but I gotta admit, I was gonna say the Cardinals too. I thought I had the Titans winning. Luckily, I don't be betting no more because I wouldn't put it on the Titans. I thought they would come out. You got Derrick Henry, you got AJ, you got Julio. Like on paper, it looks like they got all they need. So for that defense, like I was a little bit more impressed with the defense personally. To hold that team to 13 to stop Derrick Henry, nobody can tackle him, but they found a way. You know what I'm saying? They was in the backfield. Even Tannehill, they kept him. They contained him, like, you know what I'm saying? And I know Tannehill not a huge name, but if you look over the numbers over the last like year and a half or so, he's been close to elite quarterback, like tier 2, I would say. They made him look like he was a bottom pack quarterback today. I don't know what I was watching. So for them to lock up Henry, for them to lock up the pass game, they stuffed Henry on the 1 yard twice. So it's like, I don't know, like, yeah, I might have to change one of my predictions, but we'll get into that in a minute based off what I've seen today. But what about you, Kid? You got anybody else, or was it the Cardinals for you too?
Nah, it was the Cardinals. You know, I wasn't paying attention too much the Niner game all day, so I'm watching the Niners locked in on it.
Right.
You know, once they start running away with it, you know, I kind of hop back on red zone and see what's going on. But yeah, I mean, the Cardinals, for them to be the weakest team in the NFC West, man, they did their thing. So we'll get into that a little later.
I think our division as a whole was impressive today. I mean, everybody came. I mean, obviously we gave it up, but we was blowing them out. Seattle came to care of business. And the Colts is not a bad team. And then the Cardinals, so we'll see what the Rams do. Can they complete it? But like I said on one of my other podcasts, we got the best division in football. If we didn't have to play each other twice, I think we could take all 3 wild card spots if it was a little bit more evenly spread out how the schedule worked. But since we play each other 6 times in our own division, we're not going to be able to make that shake.
Right.
But there's not a second team in any other division in NFC better than our team.
No, there's no way.
And that proved it to me today because the only team I was worried about was the Cardinals.
So I'll say too, the Eagles showed out. Jalen Hurts was balling today.
Hey, bro, everybody making me eat my words because I said Jalen Hurts wasn't going to do it. I'm saying he looked good.
He looked pretty good.
I like it. You know?
He has an actual receiver now. Like last year started Greg Ward and whoever else was out there, converted quarterback. Right?
Exactly.
Got Devontae, Jalen Baker out there balling.
Hey, somebody else we need to talk about that wasn't going to get mentioned, but the Steelers.
Oh yeah.
Hey, again, when you was on here the first time, I said we can't be sleeping on the Steelers. They just was number 1 in their division. For them to come out and beat the Bills,
How they did.
I think it's a number 1 contender to the Chiefs. That was impressive.
And you gotta, like, watching that game too, because that was on the other channel. Watching that game, the Steelers' offense wasn't really clicking.
No.
You know what I mean? It was a defense, the special teams, everything else came into play. The offense eventually found a little something, but it was a defense. And I think that's what's going to lead them to a possible AFC championship or furthermore than that.
Yeah.
You know, it's that defense.
I'm real low on the Steelers. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you.
So we gonna
Big Ben
see.
is trash.
Yeah, he is, for
He's
sure.
holding that offense back.
He can't bend his
Offensive
knees.
line.
Yeah, you got to be able to bend your knees to play quarterback. But
I'll tell you this: my fantasy team was Derrick Henry and Najee Harris.
okay.
Both of them.
So see,
Nothing today.
yeah, Najee didn't do anything. But I mean, that was his first game as a rookie, so I'm not gonna hold it against him. But if they had to be one day, I thought he was gonna have 130, 40 yards. So for them to still win, he was basically neutralized. That was impressive to me.
The problem is the offensive line.
The offensive line.
It's trash. It's totally revamped. I think they had like no new starters. It was something like they may have had 3 or 4 new starters on the offensive line. Lost the left tackle, lost everybody.
Yeah,
so you can only go as far as your offensive line is going to take you. And Big Ben, being as old as he is, he might make some stuff shake, but not enough. It's kind of crazy the kind of receivers that he has out there too.
Yeah.
With Deontay, with Chase Claypool, with Juju as well. You know, tight ends, they got Ebron.
Right.
They got weapons out there.
For sure.
But they got to see. I think Dwayne Haskins is starting by the end of the season.
Sheesh. Now I don't know if I could go with that, Kim. Man, that's come on now, Dwayne Haskins. Listen, I think Big Ben gonna finish out the season. I ain't gonna get my prediction yet. We about to get into that.
Yeah, let's get it.
I don't think I'm not going along with that one. We're gonna have to keep that one on wax, Kim. Dwayne Haskins started by the end of the season, so they're gonna be terrible.
Mike. I think Big Ben holds his team back. I'm gonna save something for the predictions, but I'm not high on the Steelers right now. The defense is crazy.
Okay, so
special teams is crazy. Offense, I don't know.
Based off that take, man, we got to go on and get into these divisions, man. So listen, we going into divisions. If y'all been watching my last couple episodes, I had a couple guys come on to give their predictions, because every year people be like, oh yeah, I said that was gonna happen. Oh, I said this was gonna happen. So I want to get it all on wax, so can't nobody come back and say this is who they pick. So everybody have it out there. So let's get going with these divisions. We're gonna start with NFC or the AFC?
Start with NFC.
All right. So if we start with NFC, you know we got to start with our Niners. So let's go NFC West. Who want to go first?
Man, I'll go first.
Kid, talk to him. What you got?
Man, NFC West champions gonna be the Niners, man. I mean, I'm a Niner fan, so people can say the Niners or whatever, but I really feel like we have the most well-rounded team in the whole NFC West. Or probably in the whole NFC.
Yeah.
We ain't be keeping it real, but I feel like the Niners have what it takes to take it this year. What about you, Cousin Kirk?
So wait. So then, if you got the Niners, who would be your first runner-up?
First runner-up?
And because since our division is so good, two of these teams could possibly make the wild card. So give me who you think you'll.
Well, we might be the only division in football that will send 3 teams to the playoffs this year.
Okay, so you definitely need your second and third team.
So my second and third team will be the Seahawks and the Rams.
In that order?
In that order. I think Russell Wilson, I don't know why everybody keeps counting him out, but Russell Wilson is a problem.
Ooh.
Like, even for us, he a problem, but
He been a problem for us.
yeah, and then you got
no reason to lie.
You got you got DK, you feel me? DK coming to his own. Lockett was killing today. You feel me? That defense, once they get it together, there'll be a problem for a lot of these teams. And then the Rams, I feel like the Rams is a little overhyped right now, but they got what it takes to, they got the run game and the defense for to make the playoffs. So first Niners, second Seahawks, third Rams, and then the Cardinals just not gonna make it. I mean, it's gonna be a close division though, but Cardinals just not gonna get it done.
A team that blew out 38-13 ain't making the playoffs. That's how good our division.
We love the Titans too.
Yeah, pretty good division.
Well, I got rid of the South. But yeah, NFC West. I got the Rams first.
Okay.
I think it's basically the same team, but you have a dramatic upgraded quarterback.
Right.
Where you can now throw the ball on the field. You can take advantage of a lot more. Now losing Gerald Everett is going to be tough. I think that they got Higby now. He's not dynamic enough for that kind of offense.
Right.
It's kind of like all the shows in Dallas. I just don't like that fit. Cam Akers going down too. That's tough.
Not to cut you off, but what team did Gerald Everett go to?
To the Seahawks.
To the Seahawks.
Exactly.
Okay.
They got weapons up.
I'm just saying.
They got weapons up. It's not going to be
We caught a touchdown today too.
Yeah.
That's not going to be the reason they lose, though. I'll tell you that. So I think 99-5 back there. It's the number one defense for a reason. Now you lose a lot of pieces, losing your defensive coordinator. I think the improvements on offense will outweigh the regression on defense. So I got them taking one. It's gonna be close though. I got Niners second.
Before we continue, I just want to make this clear. Every Raider fan that came on my show, they picked the Rams. I don't know if it's a coincidence, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's a little bit of hate going on. I don't know. I don't know. It's just, but every Raider fan that said the Rams. Continue. Sorry. Just had to throw that in there.
So I got your second and it's close. It's very close.
Okay, second up there.
The upgraded center with Alex Mack. I love how y'all drafted this year. I mentioned Trey Sermon a little bit earlier, but Aaron Banks, the guard of Notre Dame, that big fella, man, when you pair that with Trey.
The safety we got, I think he's going to be good long term.
He'll be all right. So I like the draft a lot. I think it's close. It's a dogfight. It's 1A, 1B. I'm not going to sit up here and say they're going to run away the division at all. But I think that Matt Stafford is that, if he can stay healthy, puts them over the top.
Okay.
So then I got San Francisco second, and then I actually got the Cardinals third. I got the Seahawks last.
So you got
I got the Seahawks last.
Seahawks last.
I can't trust that defense at all.
Okay.
You got Jamal Adams and who? Exactly my point.
Bobby Wagner.
Okay, cool. Who's on the outside?
Hey, man.
Somebody.
Hey, no, you don't. Now we got Russ putting up 30 pop every game.
He needs to put up 30 every game.
He gonna do it.
Yeah, I hope so.
Hey, listen, I ain't gonna lie. I agree with when I came on to do my predictions a couple episodes ago. I had written down the Cardinals over Seattle.
It's tough.
But then I couldn't get my mouth to say that Russell Wilson wasn't making the playoff. It just didn't even sound right. That's all he do.
know.
As long as Pete Carroll and Russ there, and bro, they have an elite receiver duo. People sleep on Lockett.
For sure.
Lockett is definitely a top 15 receiver in the league.
Easily.
So if you got a top 10 and you got 2 top 15 receivers. Carson, hey, based off what we was looking up, because one of my friends was talking trash, so I had to look up his numbers. He's on my fantasy team.
Yeah.
He was a top 15 back the last 3 years.
He's cool.
So it's like you look at that, and you got Russell Wilson, man, the magician himself. And I hate saying that because I'm a Niner fan, but
Right.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think you look at the weapons that Kyler has and the dynamic athlete that he is as well. You got D-Hop, who's top 2, top 1. Right? AJ Green, who is not AJ Green of the past, but he's
He's a cool for number 2.
He's a nice number 2. Christian
sure.
Kirk. You got
For sure.
Who's that rookie? Elijah Moore.
Definitely.
Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Max Williams is cool as a tight end. He's not going to scare anybody. Chase Edmonds was. When he gets opportunities, he's all right. Now the running back is what they might be held back on. You know, James Conner's a cool little red zone
But
thing.
they're gonna be a pass-heavy team all season, so that's
what Cliff
fine.
does. Now Cliff, similarly with the coach, is going to hold them back, I think, from being what they could be.
Okay.
But I think on papers, that offense alone, and you got J.J. Watt, you got Chandler Jones, you got Isaiah Simmons coming to his own.
Right.
You know, that Buda Baker, Byron Murphy looking nice.
Right.
You know, that's not a scrub defense right there. That's a top tier, top 10 defense.
For sure.
So I mean, you pair that with the offense, I think I got a good shot. The Seahawks, you got Jamal Adams, you got Bobby Wagner, losing KJ Wright.
Yeah.
They lost Shaquille Griffin, who was already kind of a scrub, but he was their best cornerback.
Yeah, that was big. So I mean, but the only thing that I always think is it's just hard for me to pick the little brother in the division. Like that's why it's like the Cardinals is little brother. They've been little brother. So it's like for us to go back between us, the Rams, and Seattle, we kind of been playing with the division for a while now. They ain't never really gotten the mix, so it's like teams like that, they gotta prove it. Like you gotta come do it, and then next year I could be like, okay, they showed me something. But what has Kyler shown? You know, he got hurt. He missed a game and a half last year. He didn't miss enough time for it to be like that was really, you know what I'm saying?
But I think too, what we underestimate is the fans is back.
Right.
And we know how big of a home field advantage that is in Seattle. You know, we're talking about like the defenses and all that, but what's that? When fans get behind them, you know, false start penalties start coming on the offensive line. Now it's 3rd and 15, and now you got the pass rush, you got Jamal Adams. Like it's a lot. You feel me?
I got them like 7 and 9 or something, like 7 and 10. Like they're not going to be trash, but
But it's not going.
Not with Russell Wilson.
So this is interesting. So we got Kerr with the Rams, Niners, Cardinals.
Yep.
Okay.
And got Kale with the Niners, Seattle.
Yeah.
So out of all the people that came on, that's the first one that they had Seattle second.
Hey man.
That's a good one. So we gonna see. I take Rams third.
I'm gonna be the one to get it right though.
Hey,
There you go.
so then let me see. This one kind of easy. So let's move on to the. No, I want to go with the NFC East.
Hey, I got something for you, exactly. I got NFC East.
NFC East.
Hey, I mean, they added some. I like the way that a lot of teams worked around this offseason.
Okay.
I think I got Dallas winning.
Dallas.
I think if Dak stays healthy, it's not even close.
Wait. So when you say not close, how many games you talking? You think?
It'll be 2 or 3.
Huh?
I think they'll win by like 2 or 3 games.
Okay.
I think that with Dak healthy, that offense is lethal. Like, you have honestly too much skill on the wide receiver core alone, where you can do whatever you want. Like they handled the Bucs. They were right there with the Bucs. These are Super Bowl favorites.
Yeah.
And gave them problems. Hey,
So then, are you telling me? So then, as good as you say the Cowboys is, are you telling me that they contenders to go to the Super Bowl?
no.
Okay. I just wanted to get that on wax too.
No, I'm not a Dak fan.
I just wanted to make sure.
I'm not a Dak fan at all. I think that he has the weapons around him to do really well. I think that Dak himself has a lot of things holding him back from. He's not an elite quarterback at all.
Right. Okay.
I would say top 16 maybe, if that. But I don't see the excellent exactly. But he has too many weapons to fail at this point.
Okay.
So I think if in a passing league, in an offense or a league run by scoring, they're going to put up too many points to not be in enough games. With a slight improvement with the defense, they'll be cool.
So then, who you got second?
Second was tough. I got the Giants second.
Okay.
Similarly, my thought with Dallas and the Giants, the weapons they have out wide, Galladay, Shepard, they added Kadarius Toney.
Really good pick.
You know, they got some Saquon coming back healthy. Devontae Booker's a cool change of pace back.
Yeah.
If the offensive line can hold up a little bit, they'll be nice. Defense, Leonard Williams, they signed Adoree Jackson. They totally redid the whole defense. If Daniel Jones could be like a upgraded Baker Mayfield, just don't do anything stupid. Now he does a lot of stupid things, though.
Right.
But if he just doesn't do anything stupid, he has almost too many weapons to fight.
So then the question would be, is this a prove itself year for Danny if they don't make the playoffs or if they don't have a good year, or at least look like they're building in the right direction? Is we moving on? It's over?
I think so.
Okay.
What, it's year 3?
Yeah.
Year 3. So like they have the option to extend his, pick up his option next year.
Most quarterbacks get extended around this time at the year 3 going in 4.
Him and Baker are up for their contracts right now.
Yeah. We'll be asking the same questions we get later in these divisions.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah, I got the Giants. I got Philly 3rd. I got Washington last.
Okay, now I got a problem with that. Washington last?
Washington last.
First of all, they got the best defense in the division.
Yeah.
They just won the division.
Yeah.
They got a good running back. They got receivers.
Yeah.
2 receivers.
2 good receivers.
That ain't enough to come in better than 4th.
I'm not a Fitzpatrick guy, and he got hurt today.
He did get hurt today, but I think he'll be okay. But the thing about Fitzpatrick, he good for about 11 weeks. So it's like, if he can have them, like, bro, they defense gonna win a couple games.
I think so.
So that he just gotta go and get a couple. Like, he good for a couple himself.
He is good, but
Man.
I think he's old. I think the Fitzmagic thing is running out.
I ain't gonna lie, that's the hottest take I've seen in the last 3 episodes.
Who you got last? Philly?
Washington last?
You got Philly last?
Under Philly? Of course.
Hey, I don't know. Jalen Hurts is
Philly.
balling today.
Philly phony. I'm gonna put that on wax. Philly phony.
That's what I got. It was tough. Don't get me wrong. Like I was like, hey, listen, Chase Young, you got Deron Payne, you got Jonathan Allen, you got Montez Sweat.
Yeah, they got some people, and that's why I picked them to win the division, because nobody wins the division 2 years in a row.
No.
But to go all the way to 4th, that's interesting. We're going to have to see.
Taylor Hinkie, whatever his name is, a quarterback though. Listen, Curtis Samuel and Terry, they're nice. Don't get me wrong, Scary Terry. He's another fantasy team right there.
Yeah, I got him.
There we go. Like he's nice. Don't get me wrong, but Jalen Hurts gets a real wide receiving core this year.
Man,
Defense.
I can't wait for that.
The Giants got a whole new wide receiver core.
Yeah.
If Danny just doesn't do Danny stuff, it'll be all right too. So, it was tough for me. It was tough for me. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know. I see that quarterback in a quarterback-driven league. They don't have one.
Okay, Kill, what you got, man? What you got, man?
Number 1 in the NFC East, I got Dallas. Yeah, but this is what scares me.
The Dallas sweep, right?
This is what scares me.
Yeah.
Everybody picking Dallas, they had these high expectations. Dallas is known for
Blowing it.
I mean, let's keep it real. The Cowgirls, they blow it. You feel me? So it's like, I don't know. Like, I'm afraid to pick them, but they just got too much talent not to pick them. You feel me? But I do think they gotta give Zeke the ball a lot more. They can't just be relying on Dak to get them to the promised land. Zeke gotta take them.
So you don't think Zeke done?
No, I don't.
Just one down year.
Offensive line is trash.
Yeah, I mean,
I can go along with it.
But the OC gotta give Zeke more runs. He a rhythm runner. You gotta give him 15, 20, 25 carries.
For sure.
Yeah, he'll take you there. I'm telling you, he wear defenses out like Derrick Henry, and he'll get you there. But I got Dallas number 1. I'm afraid to pick him because the high expectations, but I got Dallas.
The only thing that's a little bit like scary about Zeke is Zeke kind of reminds me like of kind of like how Saquon do it. Like he ain't gonna be like 15, 20, 15. It'd be like 2, 2, 2, and then 50.
Yeah.
But like he don't really have like that breakaway speed no more. But so like that's kind of taking a little bit, huh? Zeke? No. I don't know how. I mean, no. I don't think Zeke breaking no 50 yarders no more. Like I think so that's a whole dynamic of his game that's gone. So he kind of got to change it a little bit. He can't really play like Saquon, wait for that big burst. He kind of got to turn more into that 10 to 15 yard type of bank. And he got to work on his hands a little bit.
Yeah,
like you got to kind of change your game. You still could be the man, but it just got to be in a different form. Like I don't know.
But that's why I said he a rhythm runner. You gotta keep feeding him the ball. So them 2-yard runs and 5-yard runs become 10, 15-yard runs. You feel me? Where defense is out. So where at the end of the game he'll just break one for at least 30 yards. You feel me?
And they predictable with it.
They are.
Like, I mean, first down, okay, we're going straight to the middle with Zeke. It's like they do it like 80% of the time. Like, play action on first down, then give it to him on second down. Like, do something a little different.
Yeah.
Especially when you're trying to get his rhythm back. You can't just keep doing the same. Like, when his second year, when you had the best offensive line in football, yeah, let's be predictable. It don't matter. It didn't matter who was back there. They gonna do what they gotta do, so that's not the case no more. The O-line is nowhere near where it used to be. So it's like you gotta be better at that.
Yeah.
Get him involved in the passing game, motion him out to be a receiver, bring him back, like just play around with it a little bit. I don't know. Like Shanahan, we get creative. So I'm all these teams I be watching and they be so predictable. It's hard for me to watch now. We be moving people around.
We a little spoiled. That's it.
Yeah, we got a little spoiled. I don't really
spoiled.
Oh no. You know what I'm saying? So
but number 2, I got Washington. Washington number 2. Now this division is gonna be real close, and it's gonna come down to who win the divisional games against each other. That's what it's gonna come down to. But I got Washington number 2. You know, the defense will take them there. I do think Fitzpatrick is not the answer though. At quarterback, I feel like they got to go with Heineke, and then Fitzpatrick got to come in and play hero.
oh man, this is crazy. So
that's how he has to do it. Fitzpatrick is not the answer, man.
So wait, Fitzpatrick going to the bench for Heineke?
Bruh, Fitzpatrick is trash, bro. He is.
Who is Heineke?
Bruh, it don't matter. It don't matter who it is. I'm just saying. Fitzpatrick is best when he comes in playing hero ball.
Okay.
So he has to come in when everything is not going wrong. He comes in, get everybody hope. He throws a deep pass. He make a touchdown. He get everybody juice.
But putting your season in his hands is bad business.
It's bad business. And
Okay.
I'm just keeping it real. But it is what that defense will go get them there. That defense, you know, they got enough weapons, you know, to make a little noise. They got running back committee back there. So, I mean, they got what it takes to make it close and to possibly even try to take it. But that's what I feel. And then number 3, I got the Giants.
Okay.
Giants, you know, again, that defense, it's kind of almost the same thing. You know, they just missing that quarterback. You know, that defense, Saquon, if he's healthy, you know, they could do it. But they also have to be more balanced in their attack as well.
Right.
So now I'm hoping since they got receivers, they can kind of spread the ball out and that'll open up the box for Saquon.
So see, for me, I took them to win the division. I don't know if y'all see.
I ain't mad at it.
I took the Giants only because, like, and they got good pieces on offense. They added some good pieces on defense, and you got Saquon. Like, Saquon is a game changer. You know what I'm saying? What they got on the outside, I just feel like if they can stay healthy, because like y'all said, only reason I didn't pick the Washington because of Fitzpatrick. Y'all think he's terrible. I didn't know this. I don't think that, but I don't think he the answer. So that's why I didn't. If they had anybody else that was a little bit better than him, I would have Washington running away with the division. Plus, nobody won a division 2 years in a row. So, but yeah, I definitely got Giants. I had Washington second, and then the Cowboys. But like, it's hard to say Cowboys third with what I seen.
Exactly.
But I don't know. I don't feel that good. I mean, I don't know how I would feel if I was a Cowboy fan, though, because like Dak had to throw 58 times.
Yeah.
If he got to throw 50 times a game, that's not a good recipe. But if they could get it down to about 35, maybe 40 on the, like, depending on how it go, that'd be better. But 50 plus every game, that's not gonna work. So like I said, gotta get Zeke involved. If they can get Zeke involved and not be so predictable, they might can move up to 2. But they too predictable for me to even say anything higher than that. I don't know. So I got them third right now. And then I'm gonna see, so for the, I don't know, for the South, everybody got the Bucks?
Pretty much.
You got the Bucks?
You got the Bucks?
Yeah, I got the Bucks. It's not going to be that close.
Right.
I'm much higher on Famous than a lot of people are.
Okay.
I think 5K and 30 touchdowns is not something to scoff at. Yeah, 30 picks. You got LASIK eye surgery, though. All of a sudden,
that's what I'm saying. You could teach somebody, like, it's certain things you could teach somebody, but it's certain things, like, for the camera. It's certain things that you just can't, like, work on. Like, if you could throw that many picks, you could lead the league in passing yards. Like, you can't just act like you just throwing that away.
No.
Like, that's not something to just laugh at.
No, people forget. I think Famous is that good.
Yeah.
Right here. Well, how do you turn it on?
I did.
Oh. Ready? The Red one? No space.
So then look, so that division run away, and then we got next division we got the North. And everybody got Green Bay, so we could kind of get into the wild card, or do
I can do FC North.
you ain't got the Green Bay?
I got Green Bay. I got Green Bay pretty easily.
You got Green Bay too?
Easily.
Okay, so do y'all got y'all wild cards together before we go to the AFC?
Yeah.
Talk to me, Kurt. You got the mic. What you got?
I got Niners. I got Niners Cardinals.
As long as dude ain't say nothing crazy like we would, I was just waiting to hear that. Okay.
No.
Niners Cardinals.
I think you might, whoever does not win the division between you and the Rams is taking the wild card easily.
Right, for sure.
And then I really want to say the Vikings got a shot.
Vikings?
The Vikings got a shot at that third wild card spot.
Oh.
I want to say the Giants a lot, really bad.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is the Vikings is they struggled today against the Bengals. Now is that good for the Bengals or is that bad for the Vikings? I'm not a Kirk Cousins
It's
guy.
tough. It's tough to see.
But Dalvin Cook, you got Jed out there, you got Adam Thielen.
And Thielen was good today.
Really good.
Yeah.
So I think that's a lot of offense, man. That's a lot of firepower right there. So it's tough for me to say the Vikings can't get it done. I think they probably out by 2 or 3 games in the North.
Right.
I think that's enough to get the wild card.
And I'm glad you said that. I liked the Vikings. I wanted to pick them, but then I ended up going with Washington last minute. But the Vikings, I feel like they're gonna be right there. And like I said, all 3 of our teams can't make the division, so it's gonna be some other teams right there. So between whoever don't win the least, the Vikings, and then the Bears. Them the 3 teams that's kind of other than our division, kind of So Kev, what we talking? What we looking at?
So, like I said, I got 3 teams from the NFC West making the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Green Bay, Tampa Bay, Dallas. But one sleeper team I got still making the playoffs and sneaking in is New Orleans.
Ooh, New Orleans.
I got New Orleans, man.
I like it.
I think I don't know, man. It's just too hard to write them off.
Yeah.
You still got that man Kamara back there. They just got to hold on just enough in time for like Marshawn Lattimore to come back.
Right.
They just traded for Bradley Roby, so hopefully they hold it down till he get there. Michael Thomas, they got to hold it down for Michael Thomas to get back unless they trade him. But I don't think they could trade him. They gotta, you feel me, get that situated or whatever problems they have. They just gotta get that situated and they'll be all right. But I think that defense has been strong the last few years. Actually, that run defense has been doing their thing, and they just have what it takes. I think they're gonna be competitive throughout every game, but they go sneak into the playoffs though this year. That's what I think.
Okay.
I got a lot of faith in the Saints, but the wide receiver core is one of the worst in the league when you take out Michael Thomas.
Yeah, we don't know when he's coming back.
So
if he's coming back,
it's tough. So it's like Callaway looked nice in the preseason. What does that mean? Take it with a grain of salt. But I think Jameis is that guy. With that being said, yeah, Mike Evans and Chris Godwin in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Vincent Jackson for a little while.
Yeah.
So we'll see the kind of weapons he has and what he can make of it. The defense is going to be strong, especially getting Roby and Marshawn Lattimore right there. That's top flight. But we'll see what happens out wide, man. It's tough. Losing Jared Cook too. They got Troutman or something like that as a tight end.
Right.
That's a lot of pieces that go on now.
Yeah.
You're not wrong at all. You're not wrong at all.
I almost picked Carolina second. I was close.
Really?
I almost picked Carolina. I think Darnold leaving Adam Gase with the weapons he has out wide, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson. You get Terrence Marshall in the draft. Christian McCaffrey coming back healthy.
He looked good. Christian McCaffrey just don't even know how to have a good game. Bad game. Like, what he brings to the table is just so crazy. I don't know.
Right. He's top 2.
He's top 1 almost, but not.
I got him in DH 1-2. It depends on the day. You catch me on a certain day, I might be Christian McCaffrey.
The only thing, and I want to say Derrick Henry's so bad as the best running back in football. He went for 2,000 yards. Twice?
Was it twice?
I think he went for it last year for sure. I think the year before. I don't know if he went for 2,000 the year before, but he can't catch the ball. Today was a perfect example of how they got down. He was irrelevant. He might as well could have went and sat on the bench. Like, you can't. I don't know. It's hard for me to say you're the best at something, and then when we need you, or if you're not just beating their head and we winning, or it's a close game, you ineffective.
Yeah.
you got Kamara, you got McCaffrey, you got even Dalvin Cook. Like these is running backs that no matter what's going on in the game, they in the game and they getting their touches.
Yeah, when you're the best, the defenses is going to do their best to take away your strength. So
Right.
you got to find a way
To have something else.
and you got to have the hands. Like you said.
And on a day like this where he was getting stuffed and you got Chandler Jones just acting like he the best player in football today, I don't know what he was on, but when you play like that, you can't just run up the middle. And at some point, bro, you the biggest dude out there, but he's a still grown man.
Yeah.
Everybody not scared to tackle you. So it's like, I don't know. I want to say DH, but it's hard for me to put him over these other guys that can do so much. You can line Kamara and McCaffrey up as receivers
Yeah.
if you want to.
Yeah.
You're not putting Derrick Henry as a receiver, not even as a joke. Like, he's not going out there. So it's like, I don't know. He's top 5.
Yeah.
He top 2. But if you talk about who would I want on my team, he's like number 4. I would have to take Kamara, McCaffrey, and possibly Dalvin over him. If just off the top of my head. And really, Saquon, if he can stay healthy. Saquon really number 1, if we just being honest, if he was healthy. But he been hurt 2 years in a row, so how can we give it to him? But Saquon is different.
He's nice.
Different.
He's nice.
I don't know.
He's nice.
But we can get into the AFC, so
I think Saquon does a little too much, though.
you said what?
I think
Saquon does a little too much. I was thinking about this the other day. He's kind of like, I'm not as big of a Josh Jacobs fan as a lot of Raider fans are.
Yeah.
I think he looks for contact a little too much. He's much more shifty than he gives himself credit for. He looks to give the blow, which is fine, right? Like, you love that kind of hard hit.
But he ain't even like no huge back to be doing that.
He's not. And he's slow. Like, people when he's coming out of the draft, like, 4'6", Mike Mayock, it doesn't matter, this and that. No, like, that does matter. You talk about Zeke losing some speed. He never had speed in the first, that breakaway speed. He'll get like a good 20, 30 yards.
And just to give you a little bit on Josh Jacobs, he was a 3-star coming into Bama.
Right.
So for him to get on the team, he kind of had to do that. Like, kind of had to go for the contact, kind of had to make himself look like, oh man, who was this little back that's coming in? So like, and he just kind of never let go of it. Like, you're not the 3-star. That's the 3rd, 4th string back no more. Like, you a starter in the NFL. You don't have to play like that.
2 consecutive 1,000 yards.
Yeah, you don't have to play like that
at all. So my thing with Saquon is he also does a little bit too much in terms of like it's finesse.
Okay.
Like you saw on the screenplay in the preseason where he's running in front of his blockers. He's just kind of, I put it all on me. At Penn State, he was the whole offense. He was the whole team, basically, right? And he, early years in New York, he was the same way. But now with the weapons out wide, if he's able to just kind of reel it in a little bit and run more with a purpose, set up your blocks.
Yeah.
Really like hit your lanes. Like, you don't have to do everything.
Yeah.
You know, I think that he could take that next step. He's definitely top 5 in terms of skill, but I think that he does too much mentally. In terms of like he's too finesse.
Yeah.
He wants to do like every play is a 100-yard touchdown.
Yeah, that can't be.
It can't be that. This is my opinion.
That's a fair point. Wait, so look, so if we get into the AFC, let's start with probably one of the most competitive divisions. We go with the AFC North.
Okay.
We're gonna get right into it, kid. You got the mic. What we looking like?
So I said the NFC West is gonna be the only team to send 3 teams to the playoffs. But AFC North,
3
do the
teams?
same thing too.
3 teams?
3 teams, yes, bro. And number 1, this is where it kind of, you know, was a little problem. You know, I didn't go Baltimore. I mean, can't nobody foresee injuries, but Baltimore, that whole backfield just got shot out with injuries.
Right.
I had Baltimore number 1 going into the division.
Right, okay.
Now, with that happening, and after what we've seen today,
Uh-oh.
I might got Pittsburgh taking the division, man.
Whoa. That's a hot take.
Yeah, I got Pittsburgh taking the division. Now,
That's a hot take.
Now, like I said, it's 3 teams gonna make the playoffs. So Pittsburgh will take the division. They're gonna have the home field. Cleveland is gonna have the number 2 spot. I originally had them number 3, but they're gonna have the number 2 spot. And Baltimore dropped for my champion. All the injuries they sustained on both sides of the ball, they're gonna drop to number 3. And they're still gonna sneak into the playoffs.
Okay.
But they dropped to number 3 for me. And Cincinnati ain't not gonna have enough to hang with the big boys.
So the only reason why I got the Ravens, the only reason why I stuck with them is because, like, I feel like they're kind of like us. Like they just kind of find running backs, plug them in, and then make it work because you already got your best running back as your quarterback.
Yeah.
Like as far, and not saying he's not a good quarterback, but he's also a better running back than 85% of the league. That's just what it is.
That's what I'm hoping for. I'm still hoping. I'm rooting for Baltimore.
Yeah.
Because everybody praying for Lamar Jackson downfall.
Man.
So I'm still rooting for them.
Talk about it.
You feel me? I'm still rooting for them. But what I think is gonna happen is Pittsburgh.
Okay.
You know, but I mean, it's hard. You know, with a trash quarterback. Big hands, but you know, I still think they got enough.
That's about as hot as the Washington being last. That's a hot take right there.
I think, man, that's.
Kurt, what you got? That's a hot one.
I appreciate your optimism. I got Cleveland first. I got them back to back. The best running back duo in the league. Top 4 wide receiver duos in the league. Odell. You got Hooper. You got Njoku at tight end. The offensive line is solid. Defense, you got Malik McDowell, Myles Garrett, Jadeveon Clowney, Malik Jackson. Had one of the best drafts. Getting J.O.K. in the second round.
Yeah.
Reducing out of line.
For sure.
Compared to Denzel Ward, you got John Johnson coming over from the Rams. That's damn near top 3 defense.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the offense that's going to be not going to lose you any games if Baker just kind of stays within himself.
Right.
And gets his weapons the ball. So I got them first. I got Baltimore second. I really don't like what they're doing out wide. I think that Rashad Bateman's a good pick. I think Mark Andrews is cool. I'm not a Sammy Watkins guy at all whatsoever. I mean, I think he might already be hurt. They're not giving him enough weapons to be successful in Baltimore, and it's disappointing. It's kind of like Green Bay a little bit in that you had this top flight quarterback, and I get the criticism that he can't throw. Well, he also doesn't have weapons to throw to besides Mark Andrews.
Exactly. Yep.
So, but Baltimore's been good since I started watching football. Like, the defense is going to be nasty. Even losing Marcus Peters is big, but the defense is going to be nasty. You got Calais Campbell, you got everything else going on over there. That's a machine. Like they've never been bad since I've been watching football. So I got Baltimore second. I got Pittsburgh third, and then I got the Cincinnati Bengals last. I don't think Pittsburgh makes the playoffs at all. I don't even have them over 500, honestly. I don't think so. They beat the Bills. The defense is going to keep them in the game. The thing is, the defense is nasty. But the offense is disgusting. I hope so. Listen, I hope so. But T.J. Watt deserved every dollar he gets. That man Rex pull off his games, man.
Yeah.
Minka back there. Joe Hayden. He lost a step, but he's still pretty good. So I think they're good. I don't think they're great. I definitely don't think they're good enough.
Okay.
Please do.
So then, as far as the these, I don't know. The AFC was a little bit easier. I thought
it was a lot easier.
Because I don't know. I mean, you're a Raider fan, so do you got a hot take on the West, or are you going with the Chiefs, and we can move on? I just want to know. I'm just asking.
I got the AFC West coming with three teams in the playoffs.
Okay, so stop. Talk about it.
I got KC, of course. You mentioned it a couple times on the previous episodes, but without Tyreek, that's bottom tier.
Definitely.
That's disgusting. Like it's a shame that they're doing that to Patrick Mahomes.
And they even kind of like, even with Tyreek, the other ones are so like bottom. They would still rank the bottom 5 receiver core even with Tyreek in there.
You know what I mean? So it's like they're doing what kind of Green Bay was doing as well in terms of like, hey, it's Aaron Rodgers back there. Whatever, we can do whatever we want.
Right.
It's Patrick Mahomes. He'll make everybody better. He won't do that well, or he'll make it work. But like Byron Pringle, come on, man. Cole Hardman, come on, like this. They're nice. Like they're cool. Like 3-4 receivers. Like they're cool to you can little gadget plays here and there. But I don't see that really working out that well. If something were to happen to Tyreek, right. And of course you got Travis, so we're good to go. But
had to check your drink, make sure you wasn't drinking a little too much.
Definitely too much. I'm telling you, man, this CookingWithClassie margarita is delicious. I will say that right now. I might need a round 2. Follow up with some CookingWithClassie wing. It might be the day. You never know.
For sure. It might be the day.
You never know. But I got the Chargers in second place. The Chargers got
Thank you.
almost like it's too talented of a team, like top to bottom. I think Herbert's that guy. We'll see what happens in sophomore's year with fans in the stands and stuff. If he regresses a little bit, I don't see it though. And I think that out wide, Keenan Allen. You bring over, Austin Eckler's going to get some more touches if he stays healthy. Derwin James, if he stays healthy. You know, he's a first-team All-Pro as a rookie.
For sure.
You know, so if he can stay healthy, which is his biggest Achilles heel, then that's a good team. I got Las Vegas third, though. 4-2 in the division last year. The two losses were buzzer beaters.
Yep.
You know, they had KC. We were at the house.
Yep.
Had KC against the ropes, but then Pat did what Pat did.
Had big money on that one.
Mm-hmm. Made it back too. Exactly. There you go. But I would say they went 4-2 division last year. They upgraded the defense at every level. I don't see how they really regressed that much. The offense was top 10. I think it'll probably go down for another year with Ruggs. I'm not a Gruden guy, but another year with Ruggs, Edwards, everything like that. I think they got it.
I got another hot take, something that might make you happy. I do think they could possibly sneak in to the playoffs.
The Raiders?
I think they get at that last wild card spot. I think it's gonna be between them, Miami, and New England. That's what it's gonna be between them two.
See, this is crazy. So maybe I'm missing something. So out of the 6 people I done had came on, 4 of the 6 that said the Raiders making the playoffs. 2 or 3 of them have been Niner fans. I don't know what I'm missing.
Bruh.
This is interesting.
What's holding you back?
I mean, they were missing, you know, their secondary wasn't strong. They had no linebackers. That defense was just pitiful.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you add, you know, Ngakwe, you know, you get, who they got, Corey Littleton and, you got Gus Bradley as a DC, you know. They picked up another line, I can't remember right now, but they did make it.
Right?
Yeah, KJ Wright. They did pick up a lot of defenders, and they drafted, you know, safeties. You know, they got Casey Hayward. You know, so I do think they can sneak in. Like I said, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be between them, the Chargers, the Patriots, and the Dolphins. Sneak in that last wild card spot. But I do think Vegas could do it.
And the reason, so I don't have them because I got.
What's holding you back?
I got so the 3 teams I got is Miami, the Browns, and the Chargers.
Okay.
The Browns and is just too talented to not make the playoffs. I just didn't have them winning the division, so I had to put them in. Miami, I'm really high on them. They got one of the best defenses, I think. And I'm big on what Tua gonna do this year. I think that he gonna have a good bounce back year. And then the Chargers, I just think that they're a little bit more talented than y'all. Like I don't know. And I even got the Colts ahead of y'all. Now if Carson playing. So it's like I don't even have y'all as the first runner up.
You're a big Carson guy though.
Big Carson guy, my guy.
I ain't mad at it though.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all, Carson Wentz still the only quarterback to take a team to the playoffs with no 500-yard receiver. Book that for sure.
So that's about the Raiders though.
Just because they're not better than none of them 14, it's not even that y'all just like a bad, but like, and like me and my friend Dijon, we was looking it up. They was a top 10 offense, but they was ranked 30th in defense.
Right.
Exactly.
I don't see how you make the playoffs with a 30th ranked defense, and I don't think they've done enough to come up past 25. Like I think they'd be still on that back end. So like, and you don't have a like, and people always want to say like, oh, Derek Carr got the most games, but it's like he also got a lot of games where he don't come through. They just, it's like almost every game he has a chance to get a game winner.
Right.
So it's like the odds are still kind of like not in his favor to be like come through. Like I still don't trust it enough. So like thinking back to like the Cowboy game he blew, like he's just not that guy. I don't know. I don't know.
Derek Carr is a top 12 quarterback. I think my earlier reservations with Josh Jacobs, you can look that up.
Check it again.
You can look that up.
Top 12.
Top 12 quarterback. I think my reservations earlier with Josh Jacobs of him not being that guy in terms of speed. Getting Kenyon Drake is huge.
Okay. I like it. I mean, Bama, we everywhere.
Right. I want a couple more.
Everywhere.
I want a couple more of them. You look at the offensive line changes that they had. It was like, everyone was saying that they were torn down, this and that, and Pittsburgh was revamped, blah, blah, blah. It's all narrative. But, Andre James, converted tackle. Alex Underwood, I like the pick personally. I think that it makes a lot of sense. He's a 2-time All-American, 2-time champ. Alvin Moore, trophy winner. The man's not bad at football. Something like that.
Right.
You got Foster Moreau, Darren Waller, that might be one of the top two tight ends in the league.
Yeah.
Henry
Wait,
Ruggs,
you said who?
Foster Moreau.
top
And you said what?
And Darren Waller, that might be like one of the better tight end tandems in the league.
Oh, tandems.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought you said Darren Waller was the top 2 tight end in the
top
league.
Top three. And number 3.
He's definitely okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Top 3.
He's raw though.
No, he's nice.
Is Kittle and Kelsey, Waller, and then it's like
The rest.
then we're gonna take about 5 steps and get to the rest. He's definitely with the top rather than I give him that. But I thought you said he was top 2. I thought you were trying to throw some shots. I mean, I have to catch him.
I got you. No. Yeah, no, I think he's top 3. And then you got Ruggs, hopefully actually getting involved in the offense rather than being the decoy. Brian Edwards, if he can stay healthy, he set records in South Carolina.
Right.
Hunter Renfrow is one of the better slot receivers in the league. And then defense, Gus Bradley coming over is a significant upgrade over Paul Gunther. You got Trayvon Merrick in the back, who was supposed to be drafted at 14. We got him in our first round pick.
Yeah.
We got him in the second round.
For sure.
You got David Arnett, Casey Hayward. Getting KJ Wright is huge. Corey Littleton, he started to come on later once Paul Gunther got fired because he just doesn't really know how to run a defense. But once kind of that new defensive coordinator came in, Corey Littleton was coming to his own a little bit.
Yeah.
You got Ngakoue. I'm higher on Farrell than a lot of people are. I'm really low on Max Crosby. I'm not a Mad Max kind of guy.
Oh, okay.
I think a lot of his sacks coming in.
What about Abram?
Abram will be cool if you put him in the Cam Chancellor kind of role.
Okay.
Kind of like a hybrid-esque linebacker. Don't put him in coverage. Don't make him think. Just say, hey, go T-ball, hit ball, take it over. Just go. Hit somebody.
Okay.
So I think we got Gerald McCoy was looking nasty in the preseason. Granted, he was playing against like the Niners second, third stringers, but he was getting some penetration. If he's okay, Solomon Thomas 3 technique. I think we got some action on defense.
Oh, you lost
not
it
to be 30.
Solomon Thomas.
Not to be, because I'm not putting him out wide though. I'm putting him with the 3 tech.
I don't care where you put him.
Hey,
Solomon.
cool. Put Cleve Farrell at the 3
Hey,
tech.
I'm gonna tell you.
Don't matter.
This is just where I come in as biased. Solomon Thomas is one of my most hated Niner players that we've ever had on my team since I've been born. Not since I've been watching. Since my pawpaw been going and I was born back in '95. I don't hate too many players more than Solomon Thomas. He like top 2. And he might not be 2. I don't know. But yeah, so we can start mentioning him. That bring back I don't know.
I feel it. Rotational piece. We got him at 3 tech, not out wide. It's gonna be a little bit different. Farrell, great run stop. He's not a number 4 overall pick. He's a first round talent though.
Yeah.
He's gonna play 10, 12 years in the league.
See, sometimes I think people get too caught up in where people was taking.
100%. It's not his fault.
If he, don't say, oh, he bad for number 4. If he a good football player, he a good football player.
There you go.
As long as he's not just terrible. If he can still be a good starter, it don't really matter where you took him. If he a key piece.
100%. So he handles his own, man. He's a great run stopper. He's a good run stopper, I should say. Excuse me. And he's getting there with his pass rush. He just cut a little weight this offseason. So I think he'll be all right. I think he'll be improved. Max and Ngakoue, I think the defense is going to go from probably 30 to, I would say, either low 20s. I would say like maybe 22.
Yeah.
The offense might take a step back.
Okay.
Might be even better though when he runs the ball. So I think that we can make the playoffs for sure.
Okay. So then, that was good football talk, y'all. I'd like to say thank y'all to my guys, Kel, Cousin Kurt for coming through. Also like to say thank you to Baseline for having us, my brother Daniel, my sis Ashley. We appreciate y'all. I know there's more events to come. Thank y'all for having us, and we're out.